Imagine a college athlete who can finally earn a paycheck because of their identity, just like any other college student. On July 1st, 2021, this was made possible because the NCAA changed their rule, allowing student athletes to gain financial compensation for their name, image, and likeness. Before then, athletes who did earn a paycheck from their school because of who they are were given fines and even suspended. But consider the ripple effect of this, a revolution in college sports affecting everything from recruiting to endorsements. Affecting recruiting in the way that larger schools and more well-funded schools offered the best players across the country more money to come play for their schools. Affecting endorsements in the way that larger schools who are better at their respective sport offered more exposure to these students, ultimately growing their personal brands and can lead to potential endorsements. Today we dive into the groundbreaking world of NIL, which changed the world on and off the field forever. Prior to the NCAA implicating the NIL rule, athletes were punished for receiving financial compensation because of who they are. An example of this is Reggie Bush. Bush was a football player for the University of Southern California, or USC. He was the best player on his team and the best player in the country, earning him the Heisman Trophy. But when it later came out that he was receiving funds and gifts from USC, he was stripped of his Heisman Trophy, fined, and suspended. The NCAA found it unfair that they were paying him because smaller schools with less money and less funding have basically no shot at recruiting top players. Since the NIL has been implicated, it has heavily affected recruiting and endorsements for student athletes. According to Sports Business Journal, 75% of recruits say they consider NIL when picking what school to play for. Alumni are also donating to their schools in order to gain the best players from across the country. Some athletes are even gaining more money and popularity rather than going pro in their respective sport. According to a statement by LSU women's basketball star Angel Reese, she said, "I'm in no rush to get to the league. The money I'm making is more than the top players in the WNBA." Reese is predicted to make a whopping $1.7 million this season alone in personal endorsements. The average WNBA salary, $107,000. By the looks of it, NIL is seeming to grow and grow with no end in sight. It's creating new opportunities for student athletes across the country. Less talented athletes have the opportunity to make millions without even going pro in their sport, also allowing them to build their personal brands and create opportunities for themselves in the future. This is also causing athletes to stay in school and further their education. In conclusion, NIL is the biggest thing to happen to college sports in history. I hope you've been informed on the effects and the future of the NIL. Thank you.